Hi everyone, I'm Wheels. It's the day after this game was played and still not feeling great about it. The Yankees now lead the ALCS 2-1. I'm going to get right into it and play the highlights between the Yankees and the Guardians. The Yankees entered with a 2-0 series lead. Had a chance to really put themselves in a good position, but as you'll see from the highlights, I don't want to spoil just in case some of you may live under a rock and not know how this game ended. I watched the game, so I know how it did. Yankees and Guardians, they're setting the stage for the highlights. First road game of the series for the Yankees. Of course, I'm a Yankees fan. They were facing Matthew Boyd. I thought they were going to put some runs on the board in the first inning. You had Judge and Stanton coming up against the lefty. I thought one of them would hit a home run. Gleyber's been leading off for them for the past couple months, and he's been really good. Started the game off here with a walk. And you're thinking, all right, let's go. Yeah, they called this clock violation on Soto, and he argued it, Boone argued it. I think they said they thought a ball got loose on the field or something, so they talked about it. They decided, nope, we're going to give you strike one. Verdugo, they kept showing Verdugo on the broadcast. He wasn't too happy about it, but you got to make eye contact, I think, with 8 seconds remaining, and he didn't, so that's why he got called for it. And really, first pitch, he hit it hard, but that's a nice play by the center fielder there. Could have been a double in the gap, but it wasn't. It's Lane Thomas who made the play. All right, we got 3 replay angles. 4 if you show Boyd. All right, now we got Judge. Judge came up. He got 3 off-speed pitches down under the zone and swung at all 3 of them. That was one of the uglier at-bats he's had. That fan liked it. Just a little sweeping curveball down in the dirt. A lot of replays. Yeah, Stanton walked. They wanted nothing to do with Stanton in that at-bat. You could just tell. He's been killing them all series. He's been hot these whole playoffs. I don't know what it is, but every October, Stanton shows up. But they put him on, put 2 on, lefty-lefty matchup here. And that wasn't a strike. But it got called a strike. Yeah, obviously Jazz didn't like it because it was a little bit low. But Clark Schmidt started for the Yankees. He pitched on the road back in Kansas City, went 4 2/3, 2 runs. Wonder what he did in this game, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, first batter walk to Kwan, which is always trouble. You put Kwan on, you have Trevino behind the plate, who doesn't have the best arm. You put Speed on first, but then not even a chance to run because first pitch swinging, and they're going to have 2 on with nobody out. So you're sitting here thinking 2 on, no one out for Ramirez and Naylor. This is trouble for the Yankees. Guardians on home field for the first time in the series, down 2-0. They're trying to make a statement early. There's nothing Soto could have done about that. Sometimes you got to hit it where they ain't. Yeah, so here's Ramirez. And Clark Schmidt made a perfect pitch with the knuckle curve. Down and in, got him to swing. Look at that. That's just a beautiful pitch. There's nothing Ramirez could have done about that. Now Naylor, not really known for his wheels. Birdie made a nice pick on that. You can see he kind of turns his head to the right, but still is able to get it. That's only like, what, his 2nd or 3rd start at first base ever in the majors? He never played there before this postseason. Now a big spot here for Lane Thomas. First pitch swinging, Jazz has it. Clark got out of it. That was big. To pitch out of that jam early in the game, that set the tone. Like, okay, you're going to put guys on, I'm going to pitch my way out of it. At this point, I was actually listening to the game on the radio. I was in the car ride home. So the next couple innings, I haven't seen this. I did hear it. Volpe took the walk. That brought up Verdugo. That's just perfectly placed over the first baseman, Naylor. Volpe's got wheels. Obviously, he's going to 3rd. Verdugo with the hustle double. I believe they challenged this, too. Rocchio had put his foot and leg in front of the base. Let's see it. High chopper. I think, did they rule he blocked the base? I think the umpire was saying he obstructed the runner. Yeah, right there. So anyway, it was second and third, one out for Trevino, making his first start of the playoffs. His first plate appearance, because Wells hasn't been playing well. You start the righty against the lefty. And what does he do? First at bat in Weeks, base hit to right. Infield was in. It's only going to score one, but the Yankees take the lead. You're thinking, all right, we got the lead. The number 9 hitter's coming through. We got a runner on third with one out. A chance for the Yankees to build on it now. And what's going to happen next? You have the catcher on first, and where are you going? You're the catcher. You could score a run here on an out. Now you can't. I didn't understand that. John Sterling was not happy about it either. And he shouldn't have been, because that just can't happen. It's not like you're a guy with speed that's going to steal a bag. You're the catcher. You should have a 2-step lead and just play things safe. But the Yankees are not a good base running team. And then Gleyber hits a ball that probably maybe would have scored Verdugo from third if there had only been one out. But you can't go by that. Now bottom 3. That's Rocchio, hits it off the glove of Birdie. Rocchio's been on fire these whole playoffs. I don't know what it is, but... And then there's Kyle Manzardo, and there it goes. And the Guardians have their first lead of the series. Clark left that one right down the middle. And he does what good hitters do. Yankees haven't trailed a lot in these playoffs. And against Kansas City, I believe they only trailed in Game 2. And obviously they led the whole way through Games 1 and 2 against Cleveland. The Guardians, with their bullpen, when they get a lead, they feel pretty good about things. Ramirez took the walk, put his wheels on. What do you think he's going to do about it? First, though, we're going to see a Naylor strikeout. It's another good pitch. That was the same pitch he threw to Ramirez in the first to get him to strike out. Now Lane Thomas up. You got wheels on first, and now you got wheels on second. It was a pretty close play, but Chirino's not throwing out Ramirez. They did challenge it. It was a pretty close play. I was listening on the radio. Susan Waldman was saying it was pretty close, but he just got in there, which he did. It was close, but play stands. Not going to overturn that. You get 2 challenges in the playoffs, so you can use one. Volpe with a good play and a good scoop by Birdie, because if he doesn't pick that, Ramirez is scoring from second on a ground ball, because he was going. He was already rounding third by the time the ball got there. If he misses the pick, it's another run. But see, Volpe throws it and bounces it off the grass. You do that, it's a lot easier for the first baseman. Jazz with a ground out. Birdie with a strikeout, and Volpe with a ground out. Boyd kind of settled in at this point. The Yankees weren't really touching him. He was pitching a good ball game. He hadn't pitched since Game 5 against the Tigers, and he only went about 2 innings. Yeah, they left him in for the 5th. Verdugo with a lazy fly out. And Trevino. Weak little ground out to Rocchio. They had Cade Smith ready in the bullpen, but they didn't need him here because Gleyber got out as well. You're going to see in a second. Setting the stage a little bit with the highlights, and there's the ground out by Gleyber. So Boyd went 5 and gave up 1 run. That's about all Cleveland could ask for out of him. Staring down the Yankees a little bit there. I don't like that. Could see him again in Game 6 or 7. Probably 7. If it gets there. And with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 5th, a double by Ramirez. So in Schmidt's last start, there was 2 outs and nobody on, bottom of the 5th against the Royals. Yankees up 2-0. He gave up 2 runs, couldn't finish 5. Here, Boone wasn't going to let it get out of hand. He goes to the bullpen before Clark could give up any more runs. So 4 2/3, 2 runs, just like his last start. But of course, he's responsible for the runner on second. Tim Hill comes in and does his job. Lefty-lefty, fly out to Verdugo. Yankees hanging around, only down 1. Getting to the later innings, though. And now you're going to see Cade Smith. Oh, he skipped the top of the 6th. Cade Smith came in and went 1-2-3 against Soto, Judge, and Stanton. So a play here was close at first. They're going to challenge it, but you're also going to see Ian Hamilton. He gets hurt after this. They get the out at first. This was overturned. But the bobble by Birdie allowed the runner to go to second, which was big at the time because now you have a runner in scoring position when there shouldn't have been one. So Hamilton threw a warm-up pitch. He kind of twisted his ankle, and he had to come out. So then the Yankees bring in Tim Meza, who has to warm up on the game mound. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's not good. Now, if they have to replace him on the roster, he'll be out for the remainder of the postseason. That would include the World Series if the Yankees get there. Now, Meza in lefty-lefty, and Wheels is stealing third. Chirino, it's tough with the run game. He doesn't have the best of arms. And that's a big base to steal because with only one out, a sacrifice fly could score him, and you're forced to bring the infield in. And what happens when you bring the infield in? A weak little ground ball can squeeze through. 3-1 Cleveland now. Now, if he doesn't steal third, that's a ground out to second. Runner on third, 2 outs. Instead, it's a single and a run. Now we go to the 8th. And they bring in Gaddis. What are they going to show here? They're going to go right to Soto's at bat. Yep. So Soto comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. Clase ready in the bullpen. And Gaddis walks him on 4 pitches. Bringing up Aaron Judge as the tying run. What does Cleveland do? They go to Clase, who is just compared to Mariano Rivera. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know how you can compare to anyone to Mariano Rivera, but Judge up, MVP, chance to have his big postseason moment. And there it goes. Line drive deep to right, and it is gone. I was fired up when this happened. I couldn't believe it. They couldn't score all game, and all of a sudden, the big moment, the big swing, the Yankees come back. They tie the game. You're thinking, here's our chance to go up 3-0 and really put this series away pretty much as you can in a Game 3. Everybody's fired up after that. I mean, talk about, in recent memory, one of the great Yankees postseason home runs. Then Stanton comes up. All right, we're going to show it a little bit more. Yep, you celebrate that. Judge has been talked about. Oh, he can't hit in October. He's been heating up. Ever since All right, I'll shut up. Because Stanton goes to center. And when this happened, it's like there's no way they just did that. Like, what a comeback. Judge and Stanton back-to-back and belly-to-belly, as John Sterling likes to say. Oh, man. What a moment this was. Just what a moment. I mean, you're a fan of a team sitting there watching this happen live. I was shocked in the best way possible. Now you're thinking you're 6 outs away from a 3-0 series lead. Bottom 8, though, you got to get those 6 outs. Weaver in. All right, they skipped a little bit here. Rizzo made a misplay at first. There were 2 on and 2 out. Lane Thomas at the plate. They go to Weaver for the 4-out save. Canely had been in before. And he gets the strikeout. He chased a fastball that was in the other batter's box. I couldn't believe he swung at that. I'm going to be honest. Weaver kind of likes to throw that fastball up and away. He got Salvador Perez on that back in the division series. So Volpe leads off the 9th with a walk. Yankees trying to build on their lead. And Verdugo, with one of the wilder plays you'll see, Volpe running on the pitch, thinks it gets through. Jimenez makes a great play, and now he's in a rundown. You're thinking, Volpe, what are you doing? There's nobody out. We got to build on the lead. And they drop the ball. Ramirez, you're going to see on replay, pretty sure. He had like a snow cone catch, and when he went to put the tag on, the ball just dropped out of his glove. Not Volpe's fault at all. He didn't do anything malicious to try to knock the ball out of his glove. See, he's going on the pitch. Watches it, just puts his head down, keeps going. And, uh-oh. Ramirez just couldn't handle the catch. Right here, see, it's like a snow cone catch. Goes to put the tag on, ball falls out. Volpe's safe. Verdugo smartly goes to second on the play, too. See, and here's what I saw. Ramirez was looking at the other runner before he got Volpe out. You got to get that first out before you worry about anybody else. So now Torres, Wells was up before. They should have showed that Wells at bat. Wells struck out with second and third, nobody out. If he hit a sac fly, if he did what Glaber did, It could have been 5-3, then 6-3. They had a chance to put 2 runs on the board, go up by 3. They couldn't do it. Soto strikes out looking on a very borderline pitch. The Yankees, I said they got to score both these runs. You want that 3-run lead. They couldn't do it. Now you're a bloop and a blast away. Bottom 9. Ramirez was leading off. They skipped it. Ramirez led off, got on base. Naylor hit into a double play. Lane Thomas had an 0-2 count, worked it full, hit one deep to center field. Judge had to play it off the wall. It was a double. I was saying, just throw a strike. If it's down the middle, it's down the middle. Let him earn his way on base. So I wasn't too mad after the double because he earned his way on. He didn't just put him on for free. And they pinch hit here with Big Christmas. And this was a moment that was tough to watch. 1-0 count. Tying run at the plate. A lot of power. 1 out away from a 3-0 series lead. And goodbye. He knew, everybody in the ballpark knew it. And they came back to tie the game. There were 2 outs and nobody on and an 0-2 count to Lane Thomas. Worked it full and doubled. And then Big Christmas ties it up. John Kenzie Noel. If you're not a Yankee fan, if you're just a baseball fan in general, that's an awesome moment. If you're a Guardians fan, it's an amazing moment. They skipped the top of the 10th. The Yankees put 2 on and 2 out. Volpe struck out. Clay Holmes comes in bottom 10. Bo Naylor leads off with a base hit. Swinging first pitch. They bunted him to second. They're probably going to skip over. No, they showed it. He bunted over to second. At the top of the lineup come up. So David Fry comes up. The number 2 hitter. Winning run on third. 2 outs. Holmes throws it down the middle, and there it goes. And the Guardians win Game 3. The Yankees had their moments. The Guardians had their moments. And the Guardians had the last moment. Big swing. He knew it off the bat. And we have ourselves a series. Just watching this as a Yankee fan live, it hurt. Because you're thinking you're 1 strike away from a 3-0 series lead. Trying to reach the World Series for the first time in 15 years. And still in the driver's seat up 2-1. Your goal really, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Your goal really is to get 1 win in Cleveland. Because if you do that, you come home needing 1 out of 2. You have Cole on the mound in Game 6. I'm Wheels, by the way, for those of you who may not know. Post a lot of sports highlights. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like this video, if you like sports in general. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.